Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my latest thoughts on the royals, and today I'll be talking about the latest on Prince Andrew, Harry's latest shocking behaviour, and other things. Please bear with me with the sound quality because, as some of you know, I need to get my laptop fixed, and in the meantime I'm using my phone. I've just heard that the King has evicted Prince Andrew from Buckingham Palace. He will not be allowed to have an office there nor use the palace address for correspondence. I have for a long time believed that the palace is empty of royals, and I think that this is being said for optics. Also, will this removal of Andrew make it easier for Harry and Meghan to be next? There are headlines saying things from Andrew being evicted to being kicked out of the palace, and I don't believe he was there anyway. It's also smoke and mirrors. There's a lot worse than Andrew's story, which I'm sure we'll hear about before long. Apparently, he loses all protection now, so King Charles is said to be considering paying for Andrew's security privately. They cannot be armed though, but can carry tasers. Just reading another headline saying, disgraced Andrew kicked out of palace, and another headline saying, King Charles throws shamed Prince Andrew out of Buckingham Palace, and another, Prince Andrew on his own after being banned from Buckingham Palace. That was Metro. The Mail Online says, King Charles has finally evicted Prince Andrew from Buckingham Palace after Epstein's scandal. There are a lot worse than Andrew, and he is very much being used as the scapegoat at the moment, that is. Give it time, and I think we'll be seeing a lot more of the whole picture. Harry has reportedly been dragging up the subject of his forthcoming memoirs at a dinner which was attended by investors, potential investors, and businessmen. Guests were dumbstruck at how he rambled on, telling stories contained in his memoirs and changing the narrative each time he told the story. No asking others politely about themselves, but obsessively forcing his stories on them. I remember a time when Harry would at least show an interest in others and ask the right questions, but he is allegedly now appearing to be quite unstable, according to a guest. Maybe he had imbibed one too many, but it still sounds a bit concerning. Guests were apparently deeply embarrassed and couldn't get him to stop. Harry was angry at being asked to stop and kept aggressively talking about his trials with the royal family, the storyline of his royal movie, which, let's face it, is becoming the main source of comedic entertainment for most of us, has now taken a turn for the worst. Rather than just flood the internet with advertising, they are now forcing it on everyone they come across. Well, Harry is forcing his memoirs on everyone. The flood of pictures from Meghan is not easing up either. This is possibly to keep her critics busy, trying to decipher the photoshopped ones so that we don't see the real picture of what's going on. They are desperate for attention, money, and recognition. The trouble is the only one that they're getting is recognition, but as being infamous for bringing down a 1,200-year-old institution. I'm hearing that Catherine has responded to Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary. Apparently she's not happy about this at all, but as always, they don't say anything publicly. She's said to be very upset and deeply hurt by what Harry has done. She and William will always stoically just carry on publicly and say nothing. But for Harry to go on about William yelling at him when he announced Megxit, I'm not surprised that he yelled at him, and maybe it was long overdue. Harry was supposed to always stand by his brother's side and support him, but he did run off. I've been told now that the money has run out for Harry and Meghan, and they have been well and truly backed into a corner by Netflix. They've only just produced a couple of projects for Netflix over the past couple of years, and it seems that Netflix is only interested in the really gory details of their issues with the royal family and all the juicy details about the royals, rather than the inspiring and informative content that they had allegedly planned to make. Now Harry is saying that they were gaslighted by the royal family when they were announcing that they were leaving. Harry calls it institutional gaslighting, and that they were happy to lie to protect his brother, but not willing to tell the truth to protect him and Meghan. It's also being said that Harry and Meghan's Netflix series will not reflect what King Charles will say in his Christmas speech. Well, it never really did anyway in the past. The behaviour of Harry and Meghan didn't usually affect the Queen's speech. The Queen always ignored them, avoided mentioning them, or said something very non-committal. And now Charles is doing the same. I'm wondering if him chucking Andrew out is to show that he can be tough. But he is still soft regarding Harry. We'll have to see. It's being said that Charles will steer well clear of the subject of Harry and Meghan's Netflix series. The good thing is that we won't have to see them doing the Sandringham Christmas walk and all the fakeness that goes along with it, and the tension in the other royals. But we will miss seeing Prince William scarfing Meghan. Do you remember that? When he used his scarf to avoid having to make small talk with Meghan, and he made a big thing of tying up or tucking in his scarf. And now there is a new word. If you go onto the internet, there is actually a new word known as scarfing. So it will be interesting to see who will be in King Charles's speech, and I will probably do a video after that. In the meantime, in anticipation of the Sandringham walk to church tomorrow morning, here are a few photos from the past Royal Sandringham Christmas Day walks, not in any particular order, but see if you can spot the young Prince William with Princess Anne, where he looks just like Prince George. And I actually thought it was a recent picture of Prince George with Princess Anne, because she doesn't seem to change anyway. So, thanks for watching. Have a great Christmas, Hanukkah or holiday, and I will be hopefully back in a day or two. Much love. Bye.